So Drunken Robot Pornography is a bullet hell first-person shooter where you grab a gun and a jetpack and you fly around rescuing Boston, Massachusetts from a bunch of giant robots. That's the high concept. That's probably what you heard before. We have been on early access for a number of months now, and we have, I think, refined the core gameplay to the point where it's actually fun and awesome. Where Eric, you can play it and you're like, oh my god, I'm so excited about this. Now we're working on narrative and storyline and character. So you, Eric Johnson, play the role of Ruben Matsumoto, who used to own a bar, except your robot bartender, Tim, named after Tim Ambrogi, whom you know, burned the bar down, stole your other robots, built them all up into these giant things, and they're attacking
a giant robot rebellion.
Yes.
From your bartender, essentially.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. We're hoping, and I can say this, Q4 of this year, so by the end of the year we'll have launched.
All right, well, let's talk about your other one, Drop That Beat Like an Ugly Baby. How's that one doing? It's been around for a couple of years now in the not early access, but in the alphas and beta stage, right?
Yeah, it's been in development for 4 years. We're honing it to perfection, of course. And so, I mean, since I don't know what the last thing that you've heard about it was, but it's a music game where you basically take your own music and it creates these amazing worlds for you to fly and you fight through. So it tells the story of a woman named Azumi Pentak who was born blind, but given sight through technology, and so she sees the world literally as we do in the game. The game itself has to do with music, of course, as you know. You can play your own MP3 music in it, and you can create these magic worlds, well, technological worlds from that. You can also play I guess we call it the main trunk level, where she herself sings in a 9-song soundtrack about what it's like to live in 2032. I mean, have you been there? You will be. You will have been in 2032, and so you play our music, and we call it sort of a techno opera. And the third thing, which we're just beginning to think about, is I would love to bring in the music of 101 independent video games, such that you can play any one of those. We have a test case right now with Firehose Games, Eitan Kleinert and Company. We stole a track from their tower defense games, not Slammable Scrappers, Go Home Dinosaurs. We stole all their art assets, and there's now a level that you can, you connect those two things in, and you see these dinosaurs doing things, and you're tagging them and so forth. So I want to do that to 101 indie games.
And how is that going as far as your future site for when it could possibly come out as a 1.0 official release? I
am also hoping for Q4 on that. So we did Force Equals Mass Times Acceleration on iOS. We have also done, the Oculus Rift, of course. We, with Alchemy Labs, have ported that to the Oculus Rift, so you can, put this on and you can fall.
Tell me about that experience a little bit.
It is, well, I mean, Alchemy, Alex Schwartz, of course, came up to us and said, this will be perfect for this. And we're like, yes, it would be perfect for that. And he said, I'm doing it. So he did it, he and Devin over at Alchemy Labs, and it is phenomenal. I wish I could show you right now, but we didn't bring a kit. The game is doing well. I mean, there are only, I don't know, some tens of thousands or 13 people with Oculus Rift units because they're all dev. But right now we're the #1 most downloaded title on the Oculus Share store.
Nice. So we have Drunken Robot Pornography, and we have Drop That Beat Like an Ugly Baby on Steam Early Access right now.
Yes.
How are things going with them on the sales-wise, and are you considering other platforms, and will you consider other platforms?
We're pretty happy with sales. I'm not 100% happy with sales, and we're trying to figure out exactly what the right game to put on early access is. I think a game like Drunken Robot Pornography is it's consumable, right? So right now you play through all the levels, and oh, that's great. We want to make it more of a game that you can keep coming back to, and I think that's what early access works. We are not planning on bringing it to any other platforms immediately, although ask me again at East. Are you coming to East?
I'll see you there.
Okay. And then Prime and GDC again, and we'll figure that out.